Three things that make a good leader a good leader a good leader. Let's talk about that. Stop that. Stop fighting. Go away. Lord. Yeah. So, good morning, beautiful people. It is Thursday. That means it's almost Friday. That means it's almost the weekend. That means it's almost Monday again.
Oh, wow. Just
saying. So, what makes a good leader a good leader a good leader? Let's talk some about our leadership in this world. So, what makes a good president? Well, I believe that makes a good president is that if it's a representative government, then they need to represent the people, so they need to actually ask the people. And also, it's a service job, so every 4 years, she gone. And I believe that it shouldn't cost that much money. I think it should just be a common man or a common woman to actually run for office, since that's how it got started. Anyway, also, there's some bad things that government does, pretty much every government on this planet. Some are more corrupt than the others, but they love to take money and then not give it to the people. In Guatemala, like 3/4 of the money that comes into the government never goes to the people, which is just silly to me, because really the government has no money, it's the people's money. So anyway, so we know what a bad government is. We know what bad leadership is. I mean, if you're at work and you have bad leadership, things go awry. If you have good leadership, things stay stable or they grow. So, what makes a good leader? Good.
He surrounds himself with good people.
Oh! Hey, that's one of them. I think priority first is God, because God has all wisdom and all power and all authority. And if we don't put God first in our leadership, then we're kind of spinning our wheels and trying to invent the wheel again and trying to invent things that shouldn't be invented. So if we're under God, then we know where wisdom comes from. We know where everything that we need to know to run a country with people instead of money. And so God gives us wisdom. And so I think some of the leadership in the Bible, that was their first priority, is God first. And if they made a mistake, they came and repented and came back to God. The second thing, I think, is a service leadership. Service leadership is that, like Jesus served people, but he led them while he was serving. So he said, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to tell you to do this, I'm going to do it myself. And I'm going to help other people in the way that I want you to help other people. So he was the example. He was a service. I mean, the God of the universe who spoke to the universe in all creation, the one who had everything going for him. He had all the things of the earth, and he's sovereign. And he came down and washed feet. Still blows my mind. I don't know how that blows other people's minds, but he washed feet that he made himself in the mother's womb. So I think God first, service, and then what Katie said is surround yourself with other people that will enhance or help your leadership. So let's take, for example, Michael Jordan, famous basketball player. He won this many games, he's won this, he's done this, he's all. Now, yes, he has talent. He has great talent. I have no doubt about it. He is a wonderful guy when it comes to sports. But how did he get that? He didn't get that alone. He got it with a team. And so I think sometimes he left the team behind and said, yeah, I take all the credit. David, in 1 Chronicles 13:1 says this, David conferred with each of his officers, the commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds. So before he did anything with the people, before he went to war, or before he did anything, he first acknowledged God. David did exactly the same things as his other people. He served with them. And third, he surrounded himself with good people. Now, Ronald Reagan, I love Ronald Reagan. He's one of my favorite presidents. But he wasn't all up there, okay? But his cabinet, or the people that surrounded him, gave him good advice, and when he did it, it worked. And so I think leadership has to have some kind of foundation of God and service, and then we ask other people that are under us or around us and help us in that direction. So, my challenge for you today, are you a good leader? Are you a person who has God, serves as an example, and actually surround yourself with good people that will help you out? I would encourage you to look around and reevaluate if you're a good leader or are you a good follower. Either way, you're still going to lead somebody, and hopefully you're surrounding yourself with good things. I love you. Jesus loves you too. You have a great Thursday. And tomorrow is, I'm not going to tell you. You should know. All right, love you. Bye.